for most legal cases, there's a specific statute of limitations or time span following an incident in which the defendant can legally file a lawsuit. According to Greg Skordas, a lawyer and legal analyst in Salt Lake City, in civil cases, the clock on the statute of limitations doesn't start counting down until the plaintiff reaches age 18.
We have statutes of limitations in this country for virtually everything, including criminal cases and civil cases, because the law wants cases to be resolved. They don't want cases to just be hanging forever. And so we put a time limit on when people can file lawsuits. But that statute doesn't begin to run until the injured person turns 18. Prior to that, they can file any time, but they have to have a legal guardian file the lawsuit on their behalf.
The reason behind this law?
We want the child to be competent and able to testify and represent themselves, so to speak, instead of having someone who's 12 or 13 come into court as a party to a lawsuit. That's not fair to them. So we say, look, we'll give you a little more time to file your lawsuit.
The law is designed to protect children and give them a chance to fairly represent themselves. However, a longer time frame for the statute of limitations can make it difficult to gather evidence in defense. Julie Cameron said she was served a lawsuit 12 years after her dog bit a child who came into her room.
He had gone into my bedroom in my house, scared my dog. I wasn't there. I was home, but I was downstairs in the house, and the dog, just bit him and ran away. And at the time, it cut his lip. I paid their deductible, so he had to get some stitches in his lip, and that was it.
Cameron said that animal control came and decided that her dog responded with normal behavior. According to Cameron, the boy's family did not want to press charges at the time, and she thought it was the end of the situation.
And since the statute of limitations on a dog bite is 4 years, he had 4 years after he turned 18, and they filed the lawsuit the day he turned 22.
Cameron said the 12 years in between the incident and the lawsuit made it difficult to defend herself.
It's really hard to prove a case from 12 years ago and find witnesses, and it's hard to defend a case. I mean, I was more worried about me because I was trying to think, okay, who knew my dog 12 years ago? Who was around? Who can I call?
Cameron said if minors have a legitimate claim, there's no problem with the statute of limitations lasting longer. But in her case, she said the 12 years between the incident and the lawsuit placed her at a disadvantage.
I think it puts the accused in a real predicament because it's almost like you have to prove your innocence rather than they have to prove your guilt, because they just file whatever they want to say, and then you have to come back and prove that it's not true.
Cameron said the advice she would give to others in a similar situation is to keep all of your records. Skordas also offered this advice.
In an accident where there may potentially be a lawsuit, you should hang on to your records. And if the victim of your accident happens to be a child, you should know that you may have to hang on to those things even longer.
Kaylee DeWitt, ABC4.com.